Everything okay with Hootle, Rinwell? He seems kinda out of spirits.
It must be the heat getting to him. We don't get these kind of temperatures back in Cyslodia.
Galaglians born and raised here struggle with it too, so it's no surprise.
Aha! So that's why his plumage is so white. He was born in a winter wonderland.
Actually, Daanan owls absorb the astral energy of whatever land they're raised in. Where they're born doesn't affect their appearance at all. But that's not why he's white. The real reason is that he's still just a baby. Whoo!
You mean their plumage changes color depending on where they grow up? Weird.
And with all this traveling we've been doing, it wouldn't surprise me if his wings ended up looking like a colorful painting.
I think he suits his snowy complexion. It'll feel strange to see him change.
How awesome would it be if his head and wings were different colors, and his stomach and sides, like a map of our travels? Ow, lay off, will ya? So much for the heat making him docile.
You've only yourself to blame for that one. Hootle takes pride in his appearance, you know.
Fascinating. An appreciation of aesthetic beauty in an owlet so young.
Dohalim, I think you've drawn his attention.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
A comfortable win.
You guys want to rest here?
You can never be too prepared. But did we have to spend...
The sweat of champions. Crystalline beads of beauty.
Okay, this time he's definitely gone too far.
Dance for me, my lustrous, precious droplets.
I'll see you again tomorrow.
A warrior without breakfast is a flower without sunlight.
I guess so.
That's not a saying.
It's quite hot here. The climate feels different from Menancia's.
It's gotten much cooler since leaving town, though.
Does that mean eyes were burning holes in us?
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
So we're back in the Zion Mine tunnels. Who would have thought we'd be going through this place again? This is where you and I first fought together.
And also the first time we touched, as I recall.
Wait, really?
Yes, really.
Let's see what you've got.
Dragon Swarm!
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
Let's see what you've got.
Here goes! Sweet dreams!
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
So this path is supposed to take us out to Berg Volcano?
We're not gonna see any lava burst out in front of us or anything, are we?
Don't get so paranoid you let a rock fall on your head, Law.
Yeah, we've reached the inner portion of Berg Volcano.
We need to find that starship. And fast!
Discourteous, aren't you?
Air thrust! Dance in the shadows! Come on! Break through the line! Finish without a trace! It's a duel of the arts! Ice Fist, alright!
I'm ready!
It's
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
there! And it's
Rising
dead!
Warper!
Arctic coming through! One last one!
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
Bring it, bitch.
Let's dispose of the trash! Air
They smite the blackened blade!
This one's mine! Cyclone! You have to aim for the bright area on their back! Cyclone!
Exploit the enemy's weakness.
Stop me!
Remind me to stay on your good side.
Art expert coming through! Don't mind if I do!
The fluidity of your movements is simply incredible.
Air thrust!
Demon Blast! Tornado Drive!
Air thrust!
Charge like that can easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Arc shield! Air thrust!
I'm ready!
Go, Helene!
All yours, Kisara!
We did it!
Magnificently done.
Air thrust! Blah, blah, blah! Air thrust! Blah, blah, blah! Air thrust! Blah, blah, blah! Air thrust! You get the gist! Air thrust! Here's evil! Here's another!
Denied!
Whoa, hey! One at a time! You get the gist! Air thrust! Do it!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Quite necessary when creating weaponry.
I found some equipment.
Let me take a look at it.
Huh. You can make plants grow instantly? What if we use this for fruits and vegetables?
I'd rather not be our party's fertilizer. Thank you very much. This one will be difficult to predict.
Glacial spear! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Air thrust! Here's evil!
We got flyers!
I've got this! Let him march in! Dance in the
The
wind!
enemy wields arts
Air
too.
thrust! We'll soon see about that! We managed to turn the tide!
For now. But things could shift at a moment's notice.
You're right. Better stay alert. Air thrust! Blah, blah, blah. Air thrust! You get the gist. Air thrust! You get the gist. Air thrust! Blah, blah, blah. Air thrust! Hit! One more!
Step back! This one's all law!
Boo.
I'm not afraid. Let's dispose of the trash. Air thrust! Dance in the wind!
No dawn shall break this night.
A whirling truck. Here's evil!
If it cools up, time to get out of the way. Ripping you apart.
Flaming meteor!
Dance in the wind!
Old-fashioned their defenses.
Glad you have your uses.
I'll show you how useful I can be.
Air thrust! Blah, blah, blah. Air thrust! You get little spear. Here's evil.
One keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
Air thrust! Blah, blah, blah. Air thrust! You get the gist.
I'm sure you survived it.
That's what I like to hear.
Oh yeah, I should be able to make this.
They're surrounding us.
On
Air
your
thrust!
knees.
Daring
Armor
blade!
won't save you.
Its armor's too strong!
I'll stop its charge.
Thanks, Kisara.
Take cover when it curls up.
Flying freaks! Why can't they just sit still?
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
An astral art?
That's my cue.
Shut him down!
Here's some...
Demon lad. Not
Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Sweet dreams! You fight better at a distance. The further away, the better. You and I both. Air thrust!
Opted for an intricately crafted weapon as usual.
It is beautiful.
My face is starting to sting. My throat feels super parched.
Here, have some water. Just make sure you don't drink too much.
Thanks.
You want some too?
Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Right back to Strosa! Far beyond the darkest sky!
Are those rocks? Wind? I'm not. That's the wind.
Far enough!
Edge for the weak link.
Here's the
Everlasting darkness. Negative polar.
Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Do it! Dance in the wind!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! Don't get complacent.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Like Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Here's a healing art! Their hide is thick as armor! Air thrust! Glacial spear! Pierce evil! Where are you going? Air thrust! Air thrust! Air thrust! Reload! Air thrust!
Armor won't save you.
Air thrust! I'm out of ammo!
Aw, too
Air
bad.
thrust! What here? Air thrust! Air thrust! By the power of flame! Air thrust! Air thrust! Explosion! Take that! Magic is in! Air thrust! You get
I'm ready.
Air thrust!
All yours, Kisara. That extra training paid off. yours, all mine!
Look sharp!
Exploit the enemy's weakness.
A whirling struggle. Hurricane Blizzard!
This one's
Leave the enemy's arc to me.
No complaints here!
A whirling struggle. Hurricane Winds of Heaven!
This one's mine!
Cyclone!
Shield and You made me angry. That was a bad idea.
What would I do without you? Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare Demolisher!
Kisara! Frozen!
Hammer!
Nicely done!
Outfucking time.
All thanks to you.
Dance in the wind!
Look sharp!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
I'm ready! Jolie!
All yours, Kisara! We can really make weapons with this?
Go no further! Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Here!
Resonate with the
Air
earth!
thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
I can carve through armor!
Glacial Spear! Pierce evil!
I'm ready!
Not so smug now!
You fight better at a distance. The further away, the better. You and I both.
Air thrust! Air thrust! Air thrust!
I'm ready!
Jolie!
All yours, Kisara!
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
Retreat if you know what's good for you!
Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! By the dance in the wind! Air thrust! Without a trace!
The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Cyclone! Lion Power! Go get him! Go get him!
Let's keep them open!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Out of my
Dance in the
way!
wind! Air thrust!
Do it!
A hurricane not on my watch! By the power of air thrust! Vanish without a trace! Air thrust! Air thrust!
I'm ready!
Jolie!
All yours, Kisara!
We did it!
Dance in the wind!
Magnificently
Air
done.
thrust! Magic advance! You got company! Air thrust! How's everything on your end?
Quiet.
Air thrust! Oh, Kisara, you're so dependable.
I thought you more defensively minded.
Defense via threat elimination. Wow, look what I just found.
Hold on to your arcs. Here I come. Radiant air thrust. Dance in the wind. Air thrust. Going in. Dance in the wind. Air thrust. Tiger blade. Air thrust. Lion power. The flashing parts their weak points. Air thrust. This one. Air thrust. Air thrust. Pierce evil. Air thrust. This one's mine. Hurricane
Negative gate!
Here's another. Here's a healing arc. Here's another one. Blah, blah, blah. Air thrust. Mega ray. Air thrust. Now something.
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malisa!
Reload! Dance in the wind! Glacial air thrust! Here's evil! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Blazer! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Here's a healing art! Blah, blah, blah! That's air thrust!
Don't get complacent.
Hoodle? Go no further! On your
Aw, too
water! Here I Ardex,
Heal my weary
Ardex,
companion! Sure!
Sorry,
Dance in the wind!
I didn't want to put you off.
What are friends for if we can't depend on them?
You're right. I'll bear that in mind.
Appreciate the help, Chief.
Air, not on my watch! Chemical! Mega ray! Air thrust!
You attack without mercy,
Because I can't afford to hesitate.
not against the worthy of
Air thrust! You fight better at a distance. The further away, the better. You and I both. I'm on a roll! Air thrust!
Elusive deity.
Air thrust! Finish without a trace! Air thrust! Arch retire! Take flight!
benediction life.
Dance in the wind! Maybe show Kisara a little kindness, huh?
She is strong. She can handle herself.
You can be really good at Shogun.
Make it rain! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Nicely done.
It's crazy to see rocks melt before our eyes.
Watch where you're going, everyone. If you fall, there will be nothing left to view.
Exactly. So don't try anything funny. Especially you, Law. No pushing anyone, not even as a joke.
I'm not a little kid!
Whoa!
Discourteous, aren't you?
Dance in the wind! Don't mind if I... Here goes! Look here!
Air pressure!
Air thrust! Blah, blah, blah! Air thrust! You get the gist! Air thrust! Blah, blah, blah! Air thrust! You get...
Make it rain!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Think we overdid it?
Dance in the wind! Air
Not
thrust!
by a long
Blah,
shot.
blah, blah! Air thrust!
I'm ready!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Citizen! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
The tide of battle has turned in our favor.
And let's keep pressing the attack!
Indeed, but remain ever vigilant.
Here comes!
I'm ready!
Kisara! Frozen!
Hammer!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust! 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 Finish without a trace! Is every shield you own that big?
Here, you want to try holding it?
Ugh. How do you even walk with this thing?
bridge will hold itself together, right?
Most definitely. Though I won't make any promises.
Which one is it?
I'm okay, guys.
I'll do my best!
You picked the wrong fight!
Now you see what I can do! Air pressure! Rending you apart! On your
Denied!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! First aid!
Alright!
Air thrust! One more! Go get it! Bullseye! Glacial spear! Pierce evil!
Eagle ray!
Air thrust! Hurricane stroke! Air thrust! Air thrust!
You see this coming?
We managed to turn the tide!
For now, but things could shift at a moment's notice.
You're right. Better stay alert.
You see this coming?
Dance
I'm
in the
ready.
wind! Sigara! Frozen!
Hammer!
Nicely done!
All thanks to you.
Dance in the wind! Annihilation! Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Blah, blah, blah! Air thrust! You get the gist. Air thrust! Blah, blah, blah! Air thrust! Blah, blah,
Do it!
blah!
Lucio!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
I'm ready for the next battle. Hi, Hoodle! Hear me! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Evil! Not on my watch! Air thrust! The flashing part's their weak point! Now air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Look sharp! Go get it! Hurricane stroke! Pierce evil! Blah, blah, blah! Air thrust! Everyone, get back! It's too dangerous! Hurricane! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Dance in the wind! I'll take it from here. Let's see how you handle this! Deus Roar! Glacial spear! Here's the evil! Freeze!
Step back! This one's all law!
Discourteous, aren't you?
Air thrust! Dance in the wind!
Begin!
Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Healing art! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Lightning! A whirling struggle!
Exploit the enemy's weakness.
Initiation! Do it! Dohalim!
All yours, Kisara!
We did it!
Magnificently done.
Bloody Air Thrust! Mega Ray! I'm all stuffed up! Go get it! Bloody Water! Hear my call! No more playing night! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Arctic fire! Complete focus! Mega Ray! Tiger Blade!
A victory for the ages.
I didn't know you had that sort of trick up your sleeve, Dohalim. I would have figured rocks and plants would be too different for you to handle both.
Not necessarily. Both of them contain Earth astral energy. Luckily for me, this area is rich not only in fire energy, but...
What the hell is that thing?
Probably that monster Nath warned us about, if I had to guess.
Do you think this might have been where one of those lights that shot out of the wedge landed?
But why this location? If the purpose of the wedge is to harvest Dana's astral energy.
We can figure that out later. If that thing gets into town, it's going to cause chaos. We need to take it down and move on. Let's go! This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
Here it comes! Focus!
On your toes, everyone!
Suddenly turning tail doesn't seem so ridiculous.
Why? Are you scared?
Me? Are you?
Do you even have to ask? Of course I'm scared!
Focus up before we become that thing's lunch.
It's summoning Zoogles?
Take care of them while keeping an eye on it.
Raging Cascade! Spread! Raging Cascade! Spread! Raging Cascade! Spread! Raging Cascade! A whirling struggle.
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara! A whirling struggle. Magic advance! A whirling struggle.
Ready and ready!
Cyclone!
It's in your hands now.
No more playing nice! They're surrounding us!
Here, let me help!
Spread! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Magic is there! Air thrust! Blah, blah, blah! Air thrust!
Feel my lyrics.
It's time to finish this! Dive! Consuming wildfire!
Benediction
Dance in the
light.
wind! Air
Here,
thrust!
appreciate
Dance in the
that.
wind! Air thrust! Dance in the wind!
Your art! Flaming meteor!
Raging cascade!
Lunar arc!
Spread! Raging
Lunar
cascade! Spread! What would I do with this? Raging cascade!
Hurricane
Spread! Raging
Make it
cascade! Kisara! Frozen!
hammer!
Nicely done!
All thanks to you.
Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
Save you!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Magic is there! Air thrust! You get the gist. Air thrust! Blah blah blah! Air thrust! You get the gist. Air thrust! You get the gist.
Shattering thunder!
Blah blah blah! Going in! You get the gist. Air thrust! You get the gist.
Flaming meteor! Do it! Shion! Prepare to crumble! Here come more!
You'll just have to keep fighting.
Their arts were interrupted!
The enemy
Arc
wields
shield!
arts too.
You'll soon see about that!
Breath of life.
Dance in the
Feel
wind!
my
Air
wind.
thrust! Magic is there! Air thrust!
I'm ready!
I can
Another
do it all day!
incantation ruined.
Hurricane foot! Close one! Gotcha!
Beast assault!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
Hurricane
Parallel!
No one! Come on! You can finalize!
Where are you going? I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
Don't be carried away.
This one's mine!
I've still got the time to play! Go get it! Dance in the wind! Dance in the wind! Just fiercer than you look!
Can't change the future without getting your hands dirty.
Dramatic! In the wind!
This isn't ideal.
Raging cascade!
You attack without mercy.
Because I can't afford to hesitate.
Not against a worthy opponent.
I'm sorry. I can't lose. Graviton field! Mega ray! Watch and weep! Look sharp! Annihilation! Burning strike! That's gonna smart. Air thrust! Water! Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Let the air thrust! Handle this.
Reinforcements incoming!
Not a problem! Art seal!
I must remember my limits.
First aid!
On your knees.
One more time!
No further.
Right back at it! All disasters made one! Touch the helix of purity! Maelstrom! Blizzard blow! Here's a healing arc!
No rest for the wicked.
First aid!
How about
Can't be happening!
Imbue this vanquished soul with resuscitation.
Close one! What was I thinking?
Ready and raring.
By the power of water! If it's in the sky, it's mine!
I'll smash you! Ignite!
I hope this medicine works as promised.
Here's a healing arc! I can't heal you forever! I'll bring you back from death to this! Eat dirt!
Where are you going?
I still got some fight left in me.
From beyond, imbue this vanquish.
Raise you escape!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Go!
Elusive deity!
And again!
No dawn shall break. Resonate with the earth!
First aid!
On your knees! Air
Ice prison! Here, let me go! Ice prison! Here's a healing ready! First aid! Ice prison! I'm on a run! From death to biz!
You fight better at a distance. The further away, the better. You and I both.
No rest for the wicked.
First aid! Take care of
Everlasting dark!
Poodle! Searing flame! Reload! I'm out of ammo!
Catapult!
Resuscitate!
Not like this! Elusive deity!
That's gonna smart.
Breath of life!
By the power
Heal
of
my
flame!
wearied companion!
Finish without a trick!
Exhausting pain. From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with
Explosion!
life! Resuscitation!
Burn it! Strike! Here goes! Take that!
How about this?
Here's a healing raging cascade! Arctic! Do it! Kisara! Frozen!
Hammer!
Blech. It's about to strike!
Look sharp, everyone!
What the fuck am I
Everyone
supposed
all right?
to do?
We won't surrender. We won't retreat. Not yet.
Whatever you do, just please stay safe.
This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
Here it comes! Focus!
On your toes, everyone!
Suddenly turning tail doesn't seem so ridiculous.
Why? Are you scared?
Me? Are you?
Do you even have to ask? Of course I'm scared!
Focus up before we become that thing's lunch.
It's summoning Zoogle?
Take care of them while keeping an eye on it.
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind you!
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
Not yet! Spinning, just watch!
They're surrounding us! Ice prison! One more! Hear my Ice prison! Gotta hold it together! Do or die! Hear my call! Ice prison! Burning strike!
Down! You're on!
Hear my call! Sorry. That's gonna smart. Now's our chance!
I'm ready!
Law! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life! Can you take it? Elusive deity! Can you take
I
it?
may have bit off more than I could chew.
Benediction light. Armor won't save you! Heal!
Going in!
Allow me to help you.
Time to shine!
Denied!
Burning strike!
Seismic Raptor!
Ice prison! Hit! One more! Take that! Bullseye! I'm out of
Hitting
blood. By the power
Anything in armor is raging the stuff!
Ice prison!
Do it! Do, Halim!
All yours, Kisara!
I'm gonna have to focus on fucking water tactics.
Here come more!
You'll just have to keep fighting. My reach is
Leave the
even
enemy's
wider.
arc to me!
No complaints here! Stalagmite! On your knees. Air pressure! All in order. From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with resuscitation.
Lunar Arc!
That's gonna smart.
Can you take it? Chance on the
Ice
wind!
prison!
Reflect on God's city. They smite with blackened flame!
Hit!
Execution!
One more!
Negative gate!
I'm ready! Lunar corruption! Ice prison! Going in! Ice prison! Ice prison! Not enough! Who cares? Pluto! Back from death to this! Resuscitation! More like this! First aid! I'll bring you back from death to this! Think again! I'll bring you back from death to this! Resuscitation! Mega red! That's gonna smart! Mega red! Back into the ice prison!
From beyond, imbue this
Here
vanquished
goes!
soul with resuscitation!
Resuscitation! Here's a healing art! First aid!
Reinforcements incoming!
Not a problem! Think again! Pathetic! Here I go! And again! Searing flame! Ice prison! Let's keep up the pressure! Here goes! Ice prison! Water! Here I go! Go get him!
This one's mine!
More with that heat! Here goes! Ice prison!
I'm ready!
Here's evil! Crystal! What would I don't mind if I... Here goes! Tiger blade! Ice prison! Isthmian! Lunar corruption!
I'm ready!
I'm on a roll! Alright! It's showtime! Ice prison!
Rotating pile driver! Tornado drive!
Lunar corruption! Sorry!
Forgive me. This is my fault. From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with resuscitation!
I'll build up the fight left in me!
Everlasting charge!
Ice prison! Here goes!
Solidity of your middle.
Here's a healing arc! Prison! First aid! On guard! Radiant light!
Resonate with the earth!
Extreme flame of fury!
You fight better at a distance. The further away, the better. You and I both.
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher!
Benediction light.
First aid! Blizzard bloom! Flaming meteor!
Resonate with the earth!
One more! Last one! More like this! I'll bring you back to one more! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I'll bring you back from... It's abyss. That's
Resuscitation.
It's about to strike!
Look sharp, everyone!
I can feel the medicine working. Everyone all right?
We won't surrender. We won't retreat. Not yet.
Whatever you do, just please stay safe.
First aid!
How are we supposed to take on something so big?
I'll handle it.
Alvin!
Just watch and learn. That's enough! Go back down!
Is that really all it is? That's fucking dumb. I wanted to fight the big fucker. But oh no, fight three
Everyone
small.
okay?
Oh god.
Yeah, I think so.
That thing scared the pants off me.
It felt like it had a different aura than other Zeugles, didn't it?
Yeah. It wasn't like the one that Almadria sicked on us either.
Its elemental astral energy variance was out of this world. It was like fighting a lord.
I guess it's safe to assume that if it came out of the wedge, it must have played some part in helping harvest astral energy. But what?
Perhaps a living spirit vessel? It's plausible, given the location. Or it may be part of a new force dispatched to regain control of Dana.
If we assume that monster was one of the 4 beams of light, we must have prevented something from taking place here.
I'd like to think so, knowing how much grief it gave us. But at least with that out of the way, we can keep moving forward now. Let's go.
We may be a touch beyond our depth.
We barely got a look at the thing.
Hey, is that it over there?
I always love the sound of hammers banging away.
Alphen?
Did you remember something?
No, but I have seen this starship before.
It's the one that abducted me.
This is it. This is the ship I traveled in when I escaped from Lenegis.
Three centuries later, and it's no worse for wear. I'll take a look at the internals.
Damn! I'm amazed it still works at all after all this time.
The past meets the present. I really am from a different time and place.
Yeah, but you've got us now, Alphen.
Not only that, but you've helped out so many people, too.
Law's right. Rinwell too. You're one of us now. No more carrying the weight of history on your shoulders. You're a part of this world.
Right. Thanks, you guys.
How's it look?
It should fly. All internal systems seem to be operating. However, considering how long it's remained inactive, I suspect it will take some time before it's ready for takeoff.
How much time are we talking here?
Starship mechanics are not what I'd call my forte, so I'd rather not hazard a guess.
So we've just got to sit around here and wait? I'm terrible at waiting.
That's because you're a child. Oh, but how about we use this time to prepare and gather supplies for the trip?
Good idea. Who knows when we'll be back from Lenegis once we leave? We should prepare ourselves for every possible scenario before we go.
Let's try not to stay away too long. I'd hate for anything to happen to the place while we're gone.
Either we race ahead, or we take due precaution to ensure we have no regrets. I shall leave it up to you as to how we proceed, Alphen.
Works for me.
It's funny, isn't it?
What is?
All this. When we first started this thing, did you ever imagine we'd be going to Lenegis? After all, this is the sort of thing I was rebelling against when I ran away from home, right?
I'm sure Zephyr would be proud if he knew what his son was doing right now.
And a little shocked, too.
We're defying the order of things that have persisted for 300 years. Deep down, I knew our journey would lead to confronting Lenegis.
Yeah, you maybe, but you're a Renan. The rest of us can barely even picture what it means to leave Dana.
No offense to Shion and Dohalim, but it's worth remembering we're heading into enemy territory.
No offense taken, and this is no picnic for me either.
Remember, our aim is to ensure that both Lenegis and the Renan homeworld leave Dana alone for good. I don't think we'll be able to avoid a fight.
Is there no way we can talk them into leaving us alone?
The people of Lenegis?
Sure. I mean, we found a way to make it work with Shion and Dohalim, right? And it's not just us. If places like Menancia can do it, then why can't we?
Because there are still many of my kind who believe it was right and natural that Rena reigns over Dana. There are those on Lenegis who have never stepped foot on Dana. I doubt whether they'd even listen to Danans.
Look, none of us want to fight. But these are the same people who fired that wedge down on Dana. What happens next is on them.
Right. We're not going to sit back and wait for them to oppress us again.
Right.
Don't forget, there's also a good chance the Red Woman is somewhere on Lenegis. And wherever she is, we should find the Renaissalma, too.
That's right. If we can take it back, then Shion can finally get rid of her thorns. Shion?
Huh? Yeah.
Where? Shion? Where'd Shion go? How could she just go off on her own?
But she a hoe.
She's not over there. Where did she run off to? Shion. Shion. Shion! It's your thorns? But why? You okay? Just now, it looked like you used your maiden powers to suppress your thorns. You can really do that?
Stay out of my way.
Oh no. She's gonna squirt me.
Wait a second. Are you planning to go alone?
Shut up!
Why would you do this?
I told you to shut up!
I won't let you.
I mean it.
I refuse to let you.
I won't tell you again. Move or I'll shoot.
If that's the case, then go ahead and shoot me!
Do you remember back when I was stabbed? By Volron?
Yeah. I thought for sure that he had killed you back there.
That wasn't the first time. Huh? The first time was when I was only a child. After that, no matter how often, I just couldn't die.
Couldn't die? So you're immortal? How's that even...
I believe you, Shion. But tell me how is something like that possible?
My thorns. They're me, but at the same time not. They're part of me. I have no idea why, but my thorns will never let me die. At least not before I'm meant to.
You can't die before your death?
When my thorns free themselves, it will be my death. I've seen it. A darkness that swallows up everything until nothing remains. It's a vision of oblivion I can't escape. I want to believe it's all just a bad dream. But no matter what I tell myself, I know it's not.
Yeah, but you... Wait. The whole reason you needed the Renaissance was to get rid of your thorns, right?
If I burn away what's inside, then what will happen to the rest of me? Right. Either way you look at it, I'm going to die. But if I am going to die, I figure I can at least take my thorns out with me. That's what I've been after this whole time.
That's why you turned your back on your fellow Renans and chose to fight with us, isn't it? And while we've all been fighting to keep on living, you have been with us fighting desperately to die.
That was the plan. But then I met all of you. And before I knew it, I didn't want to die anymore.
Shion, don't lose hope yet. We'll find a way to save you. There's still time to.
It's pointless.
Why?
Because the darkness won't just consume me. The truth is, it will consume all of existence as well. It was only a suspicion at first, but ever since the Red Woman triggered my maiden powers, I've been more certain than ever before. It was then that I finally came to realize my powers were holding my thorns in check the entire time. But they don't anymore. Not since Lenegis, when the wedge fell. Every day, I feel the thorn's power growing stronger inside of me. Pretty soon, I won't be able to hold them back anymore. And when that happens,
They will consume all existence.
And that's why you wanted to leave by yourself. You planned to find the Renis Alma on your own and sacrifice yourself to stop the thorns.
But that's too much. It's way too much.
when this all began, I didn't care what happened to me or anyone else. And what happened to the Renans or the Danans didn't matter to me at all. I know I have to die, but I don't want to. Not now that I have this. I wish we had never met. Then I wouldn't have to feel this way.
Shion!
Alvin?
Living for the sake of dying is still better than being a slave. How can you endure this?
Alvin.
It's not fair. I don't care what anybody says. I won't let it happen. We can fight this. We'll fight until the end together. Isn't that what you said to me before?
Even if it should mean that it'll be the end of everything else, too?
Shion, what do you want? It's your decision, ultimately. But if you decide not to fight fate, I will. Even if I have to do it alone.
No, you won't be alone. I'll fight as well.
Count me in as well. I want to be a force for good, not hate.
And me too. I meant it with all of my heart when I told you before. Neither of you are alone in this at all.
You guys.
And I, for one, don't believe this venture is without hope.
Huh?
Shion is the descendant of a maiden from 300 years ago. Given the circumstances, it seems very likely that those events have some connection to her thorns. The true nature of which, I imagine we will discover as we make our way to Lenegis and uncover the truth of what's unfolding here.
I take it you mean we might find a way to get rid of her thorns and she'll live?
It's certainly possible. Though I suspect the nature of the Sovereign is connected somehow.
So be it. I've already lost everything I had once. And I won't let it happen again. Shion. No matter what happens from now on, we're right here with you. All of us are. You are not alone.
You guys. You're all so stubborn.
3 hats in a row.
Thank you, everyone. For right now, and a little while longer, I just want to hold on to this dream. And most of all, more than anything else, I want to be with all of you. So let's go. On to Lenegis.
The end of the world. It's hard to believe, isn't it?
I believe Shion is telling the truth. What about you?
As a friend, yes, I want to believe her. Everything that's happened seems to point towards some sort of great danger that's lurking ahead of us. Still, it's hard to fathom something that could usher outright doom to the world. That those really are the stakes we face.
No, I understand. Even Shion doesn't seem to know exactly what will happen to bring it all about.
We have so many pieces of the puzzle in our hands, so many clues, yet the complete picture eludes us.
So where do her thorns fit in then?
Well, I imagine they must sit at the very center of it all. You remember the voice we all heard while we were inside the wedge, don't you?
Yeah, I remember. It was the will of Dana's astral energy come to life. Well, that's what we all thought.
Right. And from that, we're able to hypothesize how vast concentrations of astral energy can become sentient. Let's return to when we found Shion in Pelagion. When her thorns went wild, they contained far more astral energy than any mere Renin would normally have inside them.
So you think those thorns might be alive too? That their will is what keeps her from dying? But why would they want to destroy the entire world?
As for that, I really cannot say for certain. Its goals still remain a mystery. It may be a mere fluke that her maiden powers have been able to contain it thus far.
You know, I've noticed since we've met that you like figuring out riddles.
Can you blame me? When one realizes that the world they once thought to be true is but a mere facade, they can't help but seek the truth. Especially when that deception has led to others getting hurt.
Dohalim?
I imagine the remaining pieces of the puzzle that we seek rest somewhere within Lenegis. As for what the final picture will look like, who can say? I think it's best we not dwell on it too much for the time being.
Right.
How you holding up?
Who, me?
Yes, you. You took a hit from those thorns again, didn't you?
Oh, that? That was nothing.
Compared to what Shion's going through, you mean? Still, even if you yourself might be willing to endure that kind of pain, that doesn't mean Shion wants to have to see you get hurt by her thorns, you know?
Yeah, I know. I'll be careful.
Shion doesn't know how lucky she is to have you around, you know? Dashing in to save her at the last minute.
Yeah, very funny.
I'm being serious. You went up and held her close like you still had that mask on, and you didn't even bat an eye. She really needed that. That's what I mean when I said you saved her. Just like you did with the rest of us.
I just want for Shion what we all have. The ability to touch someone without the fear of killing them. Those thorns have robbed her of the kind of everyday things we all take for granted. And it's not right.
You can say that again. It may be normal for us, but that doesn't make it any less special or important for her. I hope she gets what she wants. I have my own dreams, but a world without her, where she dies so we can all survive, isn't a world I want to live in.
Agreed. It's like more and more keeps getting taken from her, and I'm done with it. Can't sleep?
After everything we just heard, how could I?
Fair enough.
Shion's had to deal with so much on her own. Even when we were all laughing and celebrating, she just kept quiet and didn't say anything. I thought she was keeping her distance because of her thorns. That it was because she didn't want to hurt anybody by getting too close. I just figured that that was the type of person she was, you know? But it turned out to be none of that. All this time, she felt like she had to die and sacrifice herself for the greater good. But even then, she didn't think she could say anything to us about it.
I know.
She was so alone this entire time. How could I call her a friend and yet be so completely blind to everything she was going through?
I'm sure it made her happy, knowing you were there for her.
You really think so?
Yeah, I do. If she didn't think of us as friends, I don't think she could have ever opened up to us like that. You were a good friend to her before, and you'll be an even better one now.
Yeah, I really hope so. I want to be the best I can for her. When you think about it, we were all alone in our own way. But over time, we've all found ways to let each other into our lives. I hope Shion's able to do that one day too. No, I mean, I hope she's able to do that more. Lots and lots more. I think it'd be really nice if we could all just be there to support each other when it really counts. And forget about our grudges and pain.
Rinwell.
Did you know?
You mean about Shion?
Yeah, I didn't have the slightest idea. I mean, every once in a while I thought something seemed a little off, but I never could have imagined. It's like a completely different world was spinning around me and I couldn't even see it.
You and me both. I mean, I knew something was bothering her, but I could never quite figure out what it was.
You? But you're the one always looking out for her, aren't you?
That's what I thought. But in reality, I didn't understand it all. What I thought was helping and being there for her was actually just driving her into a corner.
At least you figured it out in time, though, right?
I don't think we're out of the woods yet. But yeah, you're right. We brought her back from the edge, and we're going to stop those thorns from taking her, no matter what.
Yeah, with all of us together, there's nothing we can't handle. Shion, the world, we can save everyone. And I mean it when I say we, Alphen.
I know. No lone wolfing it.
Hey, you're the expert on what my dad would say. Do you think he'd pat me on the back or tell me off?
Zephyr, I don't think that he'd have that much to say, to be honest. You're your own man now, Law. And you've already made up your own mind about what you want.
I guess he couldn't say anything even if he wanted to.
Law.
Sorry. I guess those of us amongst the living have enough problems to deal with, don't we? We'll need all our strength to save Shion. I'll probably end up worrying again at some point, but I guess I'll think it over more then. That okay?
Yeah, I think it is. Hey, you doing all right?
I seem to cause nothing but worry. As much as I try to look like I have things under control, everyone still worries about me.
You're not the only one.
Hey, do you remember the first time you said I was your friend?
No? When was that? Sorry, I can't remember.
That's okay. It came so naturally to you, I'm not surprised you forgot. I was different back then. The Dahnans were not even people to me, and I knew I would always be alone. But in that room with Deadheim, when you called me your friend, it just shattered the wall that I'd built up around me. Because until that moment, I'd only seen you as a means to an end. I thought of you as a way to use the Blazing Sword, and to obtain the Renis Alma. But after that day, one time became two, and before I knew it, you'd made a habit of calling me and Dohalim your friends. It didn't matter that we were Renans. You cared about us as you would any other people. Then, everyone else started to call me their friend too. To think of me as their friend. Before then, I never even dreamed I could have that. I didn't want to die and lose you all. But I also didn't want to live if it meant you would all die in my place.
Shion.
But then I realized I'd only really been thinking of myself that entire time. After saying how I felt, and hearing what you all had to say, I finally understood that. Don't worry, it's okay. I'm not planning on dying anymore. I've met too many people along the way who I truly care about to give in now. So I'll fight. For Dana and for myself. I'll fight against my fate to preserve our future. And I'll win, come hell or high water. I don't know how we're going to do it, but I won't let the world end because of me.
It's going to be a long, hard road ahead, Shion. Our fight won't be over until everyone, both Dahnans and Renans, can finally live in peace. But I swear I'll be there with you until the very end.
Thank you.
Remember what we learned back in Calaglia? There's no wall so high that we can't break it down.
Yeah, I think you may be right about that.
Everyone well rested? Then let's go. We depart for Lenegis.